Alright, gang.
Hope you're all well.
There we go. Bit delayed. Thanks for joining us today on today's video. Today we're going to be talking about money management as a freelancer or as a young entrepreneur or as a, you know, self-employed jobby.
Yeah, because we've never ever been really good at this until recent months, really, because, you know, we'd go out, we'd buy coffee, we'd buy food, you know, all sorts. We'd go
But all our money.
French francs every day, like, honestly, it was terrible at one point. And so, you know, I don't know what it changed us, but there was this point where we just went...
That's me.
Yeah, it was you, actually.
Well, to be fair.
And we called it frugal living, don't we?
Yeah, hashtag frugal.
And you've really nailed it, haven't you?
I've got it down to a T now. I mean, I'm still got some way to go. So we're going to talk about how to save money, how to be more effective, more efficient with your money as a young entrepreneur. You know, how to utilize your money.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And it's, by the way, disclaimer: we are not financial experts. Yeah. All right. This is just advice we've picked up ourselves through trial and error, but also from people online, people who give really good advice. And so we'd like to pass on the wisdom, the knowledge to you guys. So don't forget to smash that like button. We need to keep telling people to do that because we never ask people to do it. All right, so first things first. This is great advice, okay? Whenever you get paid as a freelancer or as a self-employed person, the best thing to do right away, which a lot of people do, I highly advise, you know, everyone should really do it, is to save your tax bracket straight away, regardless of whether you're in or out of your tax bracket. So in the UK, it's 20%. Whenever I get paid personally from our business, I put 20% aside right away. So from the get-go, even if I know I'm well within the bracket, within that money, that 20% goes straight to tax. And if I don't get taxed that at the end of the year, then it's savings. And by doing that and making a habit of that, and just saying goodbye to that money straight away, enables you to forget about it and live on what you've already got. But I think that all comes to it being part of having a budget and literally planning out what you're going to spend every month. It sounds so simple, but nobody does it. Like, budgeting is actually incredibly important. And since we started doing it, we've saved hundreds and hundreds of pounds every single month just by not spending it on stupid stuff, by knowing what we can and can't spend as a business, and then personally as well. Being on a budget is like...
It's mega.
Yeah, it's actually, it's freeing.
Yeah, and at the end of that, you know, you save all your money and you get like a nice little, at the end of the year, if you don't have any tax to pay, you get a nice little bonus, which, you know, you're never going to save a load of money, and yeah, it's like a real incentive to keep on plodding along, saving. 20%
straight away, don't even think about it, just do it. Skadoosh. Let's say you get paid, right?
Right, yeah.
Where do you save your money? Is it all in one place?
I'd say it's a mixture of different things. Initially, obviously, you go straight into the old bank account, like any other person. And I actually have an app called Moneybox, which I recommend everyone who's watching gets, because it's basically an app that you can set how much you want to save a week or a month, and it'll basically take out your bank account every week, every month, at the right price that you want. And basically, you get an account in a separate app that has your whole, you know, your balance that you've saved, basically. And it does all things like put it into stocks for you, and you get interest. But you know, if you're getting started, I think it's a really good idea. But I wouldn't worry about that because we'll talk about something later. It's going to correlate quite nicely. But yeah, basically it just saves money for you, which is really nice because you don't have to worry about every time you get paid of taking it away from, you know, the amount that you're getting paid. It's a nice little easy.
Does it for you.
Does it for you.
Don't even think about it. But it also rounds it up, doesn't it?
It also rounds it up, yeah, you can do a little... There's all sorts of features, so go check it out, Moneybox, free, yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, so if you spend £1.50 on a coffee, it will round that up to £2 and put in that 50p that you were gonna spend on the £2 into another account, so you don't really notice your money leaving your account. Yeah,
and that's a bit the best thing about, I think, that kind of savings, because it's like, oh, I've got all this money sat here that I didn't really know about, I didn't see go, so it's like, totally separates your bank account from your savings, which I think is really good.
It's nice because if you're living like paycheck to paycheck, sometimes you go, where's all my money gone? Like, I don't know where it's all gone. But with Moneybox, you're like, oh, there it is. It's like, nice. It's like, oh, really, there's all my money. Great. And like, if you do actually forget about it, it's an incredibly effective way of saving, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And I think I will go on to the next point, which is, you know, another app. So that last app we used to basically just save our money for us, and then this next app we used to sort of maybe leverage the profits a little bit more, and you know what you can do with your money. But would you, Reuben, like to talk about Freetrade?
Yeah, sure.
Better explain things.
We use this app called Freetrade, where you basically pick the stocks and shares you want to invest into, and you can buy whole shares, which sounds really daunting. And I think to us it was like, gosh, I don't know anything about stocks and shares. I'm not like tech trained in like economics or anything like that. You really don't need to be. It's actually very straightforward. What's cool about Freetrade is that it's free, hence Freetrade. So they don't take any cut. They don't cost. It doesn't cost any money. It could be totally free for you, unless you choose to have a more expensive ISA, or you decide that you want to invest immediately. All that kind of stuff. They have small costs here and there, but you can avoid them all if you want to, and make the whole thing completely free. It's like revolutionary. It's amazing. So we buy stocks and shares on that. And I'd say about 5% of our income goes into reinvestments into stocks and shares. And that's like a nice way. You put money in it every month. Same way you put the 20% aside, then you put the 5% aside. So 25% of everything you earn goes straight into your future savings, into your investments. And then on top of that, money box as well. So you're looking at about 30% of what you earn just goes straight into basically into your future. And so we've got money in different stocks and shares. I mean, there are good stocks, there are bad stocks. I think like a sensible investment is to invest into a whole market. Like you could invest into the FTSE 100, 500, or the UK stock in general, global property stock, global equity stock, or the S&P 500. All of these basically mean, in layman terms, is it's like countries or like continents. The S&P 500, right, to my understanding, is the US stock market float in general. So if you put money into that, you're basically putting money into every company on the stock market in the USA, which is a really smart bet. But you can do individual ones. One of our favorite ones is Disney. It's a biggie. But yeah, we're not, obviously this is just what we do. This isn't official advice, please don't sue us. But yeah, we put money into that, and it does have good returns every month. If you look at it in the sense of, I'm gonna take this out in 10 years, rather than I'm gonna take this out next week, then you can't really go wrong.
I think it's also, it's so much better, I personally think, than just being in a bank account. Obviously, I know you get interest on bank accounts and stuff, but I think, one, it's a really fun way of saving. We were saying earlier that it really gives you a motive to save and do all these other great things to do with saving. But yeah, it just gives so much better interest rate. You know, you get a lot more for your money, basically, and it's, I'm not going to say it's a harmless way of putting your money somewhere, but it is.
Like, don't get me wrong, if you invest into really bad companies that are plummeting in value,
Card Factory,
you're gonna lose your money. Like it's just like simple, isn't it? But if you pick sensible stocks and you look at their long-term projections, you can't really go wrong. All right, you might. I think people get scared when they put in money and they start to lose it. It starts to go downhill and they start to like flap a little bit. I think basically if you put that money into stocks and shares and you act as if it's gone forever, then you can't really lose, and then you'll stop acting on it emotionally and start doing it logically, and that's smart. So at the beginning of the year, right, we had this kind of run through of everything that we were spending. We basically wanted to become more efficient as a business. And so we decided that we're not going to spend money on stupid things anymore, like we were doing. Like you're saying at the beginning, like the amount of money we spent on coffee out and food out and numerous haircuts and gear we didn't need, employees we didn't need, like, sorry, but we didn't. Luxuries that frankly we didn't need. We decided to cut them all out as a business, but then also in our personal lives, we became hashtag frugal. And so it doesn't mean that you don't have fun anymore. I think that's where people get it wrong. It just means that you value the money you do spend on stuff that isn't frugal far more than what you would have originally. And I guess because I looked at it one month and I was like, oh my gosh, we spent £120 on coffee this month. I was like, that's absurd. I was like, how are we doing that? How are we actually spending that much money on coffee? But it's not just coffee, is it? So we decided to become hashtag frugal, stop doing that, start making our own coffee. Just coffee is an example, but there's loads of stuff you can cut out to be frugal. And so we just looked at stuff and looked at how much we're making, and we decided if we can spend less than what we make every month, that would be good.
Yeah.
So simple, but that's what we started doing, and it's been so effective and helpful for saving money and spending on things we actually want and need. Anything you add on being frugal, Chet?
No, just like you said, like it's all of, like that everyday living. It's like it's nice to go out and treat yourself to a meal maybe on the weekends and you know, all these nice things. But I think it gets out of hand sometimes, especially for like young people. Like you can just be very blasé about the whole thing and be like, oh, you know, whatever, got to live my life.
Yeah,
but
YOLO.
You've got to live your life, you know, later on in your life as well. You know, you got to buy a house. You got to, I don't know, you got to do all these things that you need to do or strive to do. So
I think what put it into perspective for us was when we'd spend like 14 quid at Weatherspoons on the cheeky spoons, and realised that a single stock in Weatherspoons was 14 quid. That lasts forever. It's like if we matched the amount of money we spent in spoons on spoon stock, we'd have a lot more money now.
Yeah.
Because by the way, spoons are doing good. It's true, spoons are doing good.
So yeah, it's all about being frugal. So
Frugal.
if you take anything else from this, frugal living, okay?
Frugal living.
And invest your money.
Invest your money. Invest, spend less than you earn. Invest.
Frugal.
Frugal. Anything you add, Chaz?
No, I don't think so. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video.
Yeah, a little bit different than normal, isn't it? You know,
it
is about business because it's about money, and money is all about business, really.
Yeah.
So if you enjoyed it, you know, don't forget to smash that like button. We need to keep telling people to do that because we never ask people to do it. Look, more tutorials are coming. We've delegated time to this now. I know we keep making promises and stuff, so we are going to stick to them. We are going to upload tutorial videos on being business owners, being entrepreneurs, being photographers, being videographers. Anyway,
Nothing from me. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.
See you, baby.
That's another way to spend your money.
Here, don't spend money on stupid stuff. Oh, check out this walkie-talkie with the headset I got. Yeah, no big deal. Am I right, Chaz?
Great idea.
#frugal.